Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to sew the lily panties. This project is a collaboration between ANTHEA Handmade and the Handmade kind. For this project you should use stretch lace with a scalloped edge. Every time you see the scalloped edge on the pattern pieces, remember to cut it close to the edge like this. For this video, I'm gonna be using a lace that is 23 centimeters large, but if you have a different measure of lace, I will show you how to adapt. If you have a lace that is wide enough for the whole back part, you can overlap the back pattern pieces 1 centimeter and cut it as one pattern piece. You always have to place the pattern according to the direction of greatest stretch of your lace. When the pattern asks you to cut a pair, it means you need to fold the fabric to cut it twice, or you can cut one side and then flip the pattern to cut the other side. If you want to make the lace design even for both sides, you can mirror the lace pieces. This way, both sides of your panties will look the same. For that, I first cut one piece and then mirror it perfectly with the other part of the lace, pin them together and cut. This way you're gonna have both sides equally placed, showing the same drawing of your lace. Now we're gonna cut our upper back part. I always choose to use pins and then cut, but if you have, for example, pattern weights, you can also use them. Pay attention to the crotch pattern piece and follow the direction of the greatest stretch. Again, using the same strategy of mirroring our lace pieces. So the only missing part will be our front part. Again, positioning the scalloped edge in parallel with the lace's scalloped edge, pins and cut. We'll save the scrap pieces of lace for another project. Now for the crotch lining, we can see that the direction of greatest stretch is different than the lace pattern, and I recommend using 100% knit cotton or any cotton jersey for the crotch lining. Cotton helps to make it breathable. Using an overlocker or serger is the best option for this sewing project, but don't think you shouldn't do it if you don't have one. You can use a zigzag stitch instead, and also use a zigzag stitch as a top stitch. Don't use straight stitches as they won't stretch with the fabric and the thread will break. Just to show you an example of what I just said, that if you don't have perhaps an overlocker or serger, you can do it using zigzag stitches from your regular sewing machine. So let's start to sew the lily panties. To start, we're gonna pin the front and the crotch pieces right sides together. Flip the front and then pin the wrong side of the front to the right side of the crotch lining. And then we're going to be sewing the 3 layers together. now for the second part, you're gonna pin the lower back to the crotch piece, right sides together. Fold the front and grab the crotch lining using the burrito method to sew enclosed seams. Pin the right side of the lining with the wrong side of the lower back and then sew the 3 layers together. Using the burrito method, when you turn your piece inside out, it has this beautiful outcome where you can't see the serger stitch. Now we're gonna be putting together our upper back part and lower back part. For that, I'm gonna be doing a cleaning, let's call it that, in the upper back part in the serger. Again, if you don't have an overlocker or serger, you can do it all using zigzag stitch. I recommend using 100% polyester for this project as they are stronger. Also, use a ballpoint needle when sewing stretch fabrics. You should use stretchable stitches when sewing knits, so I'm using zigzag stitches as a top stitch. As I've pointed before, the difference between the upper back part and the lower back part is 1 centimeter. So I'm going to be marking this 1 centimeter with pins so that we can place the lower back part in the correct position. We're going to be pinning it all and then sewing with a zigzag top stitch. I'm doing a second top stitch so that my piece doesn't have loose ends. Now we're going to be applying the side to our panties. Again, I'm going to be using pins to place them all together before using the serger. We're going to be sewing both sides in the serger or overlocker, but if you don't have this machine, you can always do a zigzag stitch. You can decide how you want to do it, but I like to hide the overlock thread tail inside the seam using a tapestry needle. So now we're going to be top stitching our overlock seam. When top stitching, fold the seams towards the center of the back. So now we'll do the same for our front part, sewing the side part and the front part together. We're gonna be top stitching using zigzag again. We're gonna Sew the crotch and the crotch lining together, as it will help you when you sew the leg bands. For the leg bands, we're gonna fold them in half and sew the part on the side using the serger or overlocker. Now you have to divide the leg bands into quarters. Mark the half of the leg bands, then place those two halves together to mark the quarters. You have to do the same for both legs. Divide your panties legs also into quarters. I usually like to start from the middle of the crotch piece. If your overlocker machine has this option, removing the band extension will help you to sew the round. So now place the seam of the leg band in the middle of the crotch piece. You keep sewing it in round until you overlap the seam in around 2 centimeters. Please make sure you don't cut the previous overlock while overlapping. You can put the blades down for this step if you prefer. Leave some thread tail at the end. Tapestry needles, we're gonna be putting the seam inside of our overlocker seam to hide. The top stitch around legs is optional. This is the final outcome of our lily panties. It's so beautiful and I'm so excited to see your own pieces. Please don't forget to share with us your projects.